Hello, guys. Anders. Are we live, Anders? Are we live? Anders was right here first in the chat. Let me see. Let me just make sure that everything is okay. Just let me know if you guys can hear me there in the chat. Everything seems to be good. Well, let me know there in the chat if you guys can hear me. But Anders was here first once again in the chat. Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go. What is going on? How's everybody doing? And how did the market treat you guys today? I didn't even take a look at the market today, honestly. I've been busy the whole day until now. I've been taking care of things while I'm off on vacation. So it definitely helps being off, man. It definitely helps. So I haven't taken a look at the market until now. I just opened up the links, stock analysis, Yahoo, the S&P 500 map, earnings website. I gotta take a look. I think Schwab announced earnings earlier this morning. So I gotta take a look at that. I wanna know your opinions on one scenario that I posted on X earlier. Like, what would be your move? There's no wrong or right answer, but I really would like to know everybody's moves on what would they do. But let me see, Anders. Let's go. I see seas of red. We're gonna take a look. I gotta refresh the S&P 500 heat map for the day for today. I'm looking at it right now. Doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad at all. But let's go, guys, and let's just start by who's ready to grow our portfolios one cup of coffee at a time. Hmm. 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 That was good. That was good. That was good. I haven't had a coffee today, honestly. All day I haven't had a coffee. But Fast Eddie was there in the chat. Hello, Anders. Hello, Jay. What's going on, Fast Eddie? M, hey. M mentions we are live. Let's go, M. Anders 10-4 confirming that we are live. Tim, good evening, everyone. What's going on, Tim? I don't know if you saw the replay yesterday. I got a couple messages. I got in the app. I have to read them. But I don't know if you saw the replay yesterday. I turned on the drip on a couple companies. Let me see. Looney, what's up, Looney? And everyone, let's go. I'm up 2.75% today. Memory is back. Oh, we gotta take a look at the S&P 500 map, man. We gotta take a look. It definitely looks like it's back. Man, MU was trading pretty very good valuations. What was the forward PE, like a 5 or something like that? And the trailing PE, I think it was definitely under 20. So I definitely look really, really good, really attractive. Red there in the chat. Let's go, Red. JJJ, what's going on, Eduardo? Dímelo. What's going on? And how did the market treat you guys today? I see that Looney's up 2.75% on the day. Any of you guys had really good stock or a stock that performed very well for you today? Or and is there one that you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta sell this stock? It's doing so bad. Let me know there in the chat. Which one of the stocks in your portfolio performed very well today? I really want to know. I see that semiconductor was definitely on fire today. Well, on fire in a good way, like it was in the green. Nvidia being up 2%. It was on the $200 as of recently. I see AMD up 8% in the day. Wow. Gonna reach $600 pretty soon. Sounds good from Fast Eddie. I bought $5 worth of waste management yesterday. 0.0205 shares, one cup of coffee every week. Nice, Tim. Nice strategy. I really like that strategy. Really like that strategy, man. $5 a cup of coffee. Waste management is such a great company, man. KC, good morning. What's going on, KC? I was up 1.4% today. VGT up 2.3% and SPMO 3.5%. Wow. Led the day for me. Nice, man. Nice. Nice performance there. Was not the best day, but I got a few more SCHD shares. Wow, we got to update the spreadsheet already again. SMH and DRAM have bounced backs. Iron made deal too. Nice. Iron had a pullback recently. No, didn't we go through that one? Was it yesterday? I think it was, or the day before. But wow, nice bounce backs. Overall up 0.07%. Nice, man. I did watch the replay, so you turned the drip on for those two positions. I was so proud of you. Thank you, Tim. I knew you would like that. I knew you would support that. I knew you would support it. Fast steady overall up 0.65%. Nice, man. Nice. 0.65% is meaningful, when you have a very, very large portfolio. I don't know how my portfolio performed. I gotta refresh it, but wow. Intel, Intel Corporation was up 8.6%. Marvell Technology. Was the pullback recently, was that the bottom? Like, was that the recent bottom in these stocks? Like, it looks like they're recovering very, very well. You got Applied Materials up 7.3%. Wow. Lam Research up 5%, almost there. KLAC up almost 5%. Teradyne, wow, 12% in the day. SanDisk was up 14%. Dell 5.8%. Wow. Western Digital 12.5%. Seagate up 11%. Wow. Very, very good performance right there in the tech sector, semiconductor. So let me see. A lot of my single stocks were down slightly. Microsoft, Amazon, and Meta. Yeah, Amazon was down 0.98%, which I like because I want to build up my Amazon position some more. I believe in Amazon long term. I still think it's a $300 stock. Sooner or later, I don't know when. Could it be later this year? I think so. If it takes into next year, even better, because then I have this whole year to continue building on my Amazon position, which I gotta start putting more money into it pretty soon. I see Google was down 1.3%, and the earnings call for Google is tomorrow for Amazon. So yeah, that's gonna be very interesting. I want to see what the guidance is gonna be. I think they're gonna have a top and bottom beat, like business as usual for Alphabet. My I'm pretty sure, or I don't want to say I'm sure, right? What I think investors are gonna be looking at is gonna be, of course, the capex spend and future guidance, right? I think investors are probably gonna want to see some of the capex already bringing some ROI, right? Some return on investment. But I don't know if the return on investment is going to be so fast. It's going to be here already. I think it's going to take some time. So I know the Google Cloud demand is still growing, which is good. They had a backlog in the last earnings. So if that is still growing, the Google Cloud, all other sectors are, performing well, growing the revenue and everything. And somehow investors sell off Google or something, where we see a nice pullback. I might go away depending on where the PE is at with Google. I might, turn around and be like, I think I'm gonna put all my money into Google. Depending on the pullback on the stock. So let's see. Let's see what happens with Alphabet. Up 0.62%. Nice, KC. UNH up 14.3%. Wow. Hold on, where's UNH? Let me see. Johnson & Johnson, Eli Lilly. Isn't it over here in the healthcare? No, it is in the right here. 3.5% it was in the day, but nice fast steady. Okay. Oh, Jay, turn the drip on for Johnson and Johnson. I'm still. I was going to do some stuff in my computer today, but I did not get a chance because I want to see where I want to start buying Johnson and Johnson once again. Uh so yeah. I have been kicking myself over not buying UNH since $271. Yeah. I think we have spoken about that one about UNH before. It's at $436. Bought UNH at 302. Oh wow, nice. Nice buy, Fast Eddie. Nice. Didn't Google release some models today? I believe they are sandbagging and have Riddick models in the lab just waiting. Okay, cool. I gotta take a look. Congratulations, Fast Eddie. Yeah, that was a nice buy, honestly. I think they released a model to find vulnerabilities. Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. I think Google, Alphabet is, such a solid company. Long term. They have the capex, they have the cash flow. That they can continue investing in this and in AI and uh into their different businesses that they have, right? So definitely one stock that I want to hold long term. Netflix was actually up 1.5% in the day. Nice, $68 a share. I see. Bank has been performing well as of lately, and we have spoken about this before. The financial sector was on a pullback. And we have mentioned previously in a stream. It was like a month or over a month ago. I know it was over a month ago. Um, that pullback in the financials, I think it didn't make sense, and it was a nice buying opportunity. But I see, JP Morgan was up almost 2% in a day. Bank of America's at $61. I am now like, man, I should have held Bank of America. But I'll wait on another pullback. I think, if we have like a deep pullback on the financial sector, I'm gonna buy either JP Morgan Chase or Bank of America again. And I know last time I did it, um, I did Bank of America. I bought it a couple of years ago when there was a Silicon Valley that bank closed. That's when I went ahead and I put like $800 into Bank of America, and I'm like, yep, I'm gonna put this lump sum in there. Bank of America still looks good, looks solid. Nothing has to do, I had nothing to do with them. Let me just swing trade it, right? For a year or so. And I held it for a couple of years. I got dividends along the way. And then I was able to sell like over 80% in gains, even with the share price appreciation. So that's a good one. American Express. Yeah, solid company together with Visa and MasterCard. I don't think you can go wrong with any of the three. I want to see the earnings as it comes. That should come out pretty soon. If consumerism is still bullish, like if the consumerism is still not hurt in any way by the prices of gas, and also inflation. So let's see where it goes. Hopefully, there's no decline in usage, which I don't think so. I don't think it will. But if I see a pullback, I'm gonna buy Visa once again, man. And I was watching some videos earlier. You guys know that Ryan has a new channel, um, like giving his opinions on certain ways that people are, on certain issues in society, right? Like the spending, people don't want it to work, things like that, right? Like mainly the spending. So I see like a lot of people, they still use, especially the next generation, next couple generations, they're mostly like just scanning, just tapping, just doing the tapping. And when I see that more and more, I'm like, man, I don't own enough Visa. Like, I need to buy more Visa. And that's also another reason why I turned on the drip recently on it, because honestly, long term, I don't see Visa, MasterCard, and American Express, business getting disrupted, unless I'm wrong. But they're still that tall booth company, that makes the transaction secure and that makes the transactions happen within seconds, which within fraction of a second. So will we ever, or in the next 10 years, will we see credit cards or debit cards being removed from the world, or from the day-to-day lifestyles? No, I don't think so. I think this is going to be, credit cards and debit cards are going to be used more and more and more, and I think cash is going to little by little going to be falling back. It's going to start disappearing. I think in the future it might happen, more and more decades than maybe after my lifetime, right? But I think tap pay, credit card pay, debit card pay, is just going to continue to grow and grow. The transactions are going to continue to grow and grow, and any of these three companies, will be benefiting, in the long term. And I think all three, and this is just my opinion, not financial advice, but I think all three are, excellent companies, honestly. You turned the drip on for Procter& and Gamble and Meta. I know one was for Procter& and Gamble for sure. No, so it was Procter& and Gamble and Visa. Those were the two that I turned on the drip. And then let me check today. I'm gonna take a look today, Tim. I'll log in later on in while we are here, and I'll tell you which ones do I have. Hey Sam, what's going on, Sam? Hey Jay, let's go. Wait, did Google release any local AI models? It sounds like it. Maybe I should take a look in Google in Google Gemini to see what models they released today. We'll take a look at it in a second. Never look back. I sold PK and now it is up. Which one is PK? Let me see. Let me see. What is this? Park Hotels and Resorts. Let me see. Wow, it's up 43% in the year to date though. And there's, yeah, in the year to date up 43%. Wow. Isra, what's going on, Isra? Hi guys. Anyone here own FDS? What is FDS? Fact Set Research System. What kind of company is this? Financial data and stock exchanges in the financial sector. It offers data products and analytical applications and workstations, portfolio analytics, and enterprise data solution, as well as managed services for supporting data performance risk and reporting workflows. Okay. Let me see. P ratios are at 16, forward P at 12. Dividend yields at 1.88%. Okay. The price target is only upside of 2.8% from here. Let me see. The year to date is down 14%. Past month is up 12% almost. In the past year, it's down 42%. Past 5 years is down 27%. So, looks like this might be an opportunity on this one. You see the payout ratio is only 29%, so it looks very good. Looks safe. They have grown their dividend 26 years. Wow, nice. This is a dividend aristocrat, right? It is 25 plus years. Dividend growth 5.69%. That's nice. They just grew their dividend in May and it pays in June. Just like SCHD. I see the dividend growth was very well in the past couple of years until 2023, 10%. Then it went down to the 6 and 5% because the share price has been going down. You can see that it is near the highest dividend yield that it has had. The whole time, this company had a dividend yield of like 0.8, 0.9%, less than 1%. So I see very good. Very good. Price to book ratio is going down. Okay. PEG ratio. 1.72. Let me see the income statement. I'll take a look at the revenue real quick, but you see that the revenue is growing. Okay, a single digit percentage, but that's still some nice revenue growth. Let me see the shares outstanding. They're buying back shares, so that's good. Earnings per share. Oh wow, $15.26. That looks good. Um, nice profit margin. Look at this, 23%. I like this company. Fast Steady. I like so far the things that I'm seeing. This would like to see the KPIs, but it looks like in their KPIs, the key performance indicators, they have been growing. From what I see right here, from the little bit that I can see right here, total clients with annual subscription, you can see that it's still growing. It's not, it's not declining. It's still growing. Total users, you can see it's also growing. Organic annual subscription value. Yeah, looks good. Are you looking into adding this one? Mm-mm. Yeah, looks good. I like it. I like this pick, Fast Steady. Not financial advice, but I like it. Let me open up their website. Let me see. Let me see. And guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up as soon as you guys join in the chat. Let me see. Investment research, portfolio analytics, artificial intelligence. Intelligence is here. AI that's fluent in finance. Asset managers, firms, corporations. I need to learn a little bit more about their products, but um ExxonMobil. Yeah. But it looks good. I see it, you know, I see that it looks pretty good. The QR code system for paying in Cambodia is interesting. Yeah, but is it safe though? That will be, most people are gonna use what is safe. You know what I mean? And definitely American Express, for example. People with high credit score and most rich people. That's what they use. American Express is one of the safest, right? You want to make sure that your money's safe. Whenever you're using an American Express, whenever you're paying somewhere. So I do see wealthy people usually use American Express. So yeah. Hold on. What was it that we wanted to take a look at the Gemini or Google models. Let me just put it right here real quick. And we can read in a little bit. Okay. All right. All right. Let's keep going. Let's keep going real quick. Yeah, right after I sold. There was something else that I wanted to do. What else was it that I wanted to do? Oh man, I totally forgot. Looking at that stock, that was a good pick, Fast Eddie. FDS. Sold T-Row. Wow. T-Row price group. Wow, 4.5% dividend yield. Jeez. You see. Wow, it's up 14%. You most likely you sold it because you got some nice gains, right? Shannon? Looking to find a new dividend stock to buy in the taxable. Got it. Okay. Do you have a list of stocks, Shannon? Like, do you have anything in mind? FDA looks good for mature company. A 5% CAGR is a solid for an aristocrat. Yeah. And it's at near the highest in dividend yield that it has been. So yeah, almost 2%. I'm up 15% since the end of March. Oh, nice, Fast Eddie. I like that. Nice gains, man. Nice gains. Jersey Mike's is having an IPO. Yes, I saw that on X. I saw that, Isra. Interesting. I'm gonna take a look at it, but I don't know if Jersey Mike's is one that I will wanna own. You know, there was one stock I was looking at. I was listening to a video earlier this morning, because anybody that is Puerto Rican here is gonna know. I was making sofrito today, so I have sofrito to be able to cook and give flavor to the food for like I want to say for like 3 months. I already put them in the deep freezer. But I was doing that and I was listening to a couple videos while I was doing that. So I heard about Jersey Mike's having the IPO. And then I also heard about this company that is like a Wawa, right? And Wawa is one that if Wawa went public, I think I will buy the stock, because something that something that I think about, which it happens over here in the East Coast a lot, right? Is that I see a lot of people hanging out at the Wawa, right? So it's a gas station where they also sell food. The Wawa here, their food is pretty good. I can't say that it's bad. I think it's good. It's even better than some fast foods, honestly. And you could, download the app. You could get some points and get some free stuff. I get the free quesadillas at times, and the quesadillas are good. I like their quesadillas. But let me stop. You know, because they're not. You know, I forgot what I was gonna say, but a lot of people go to the Wawas, right? And they go hang out and they go buy, and the Wawas in the mornings are always busy because people go there to pick up coffee, to grab some coffee. Coffee's like $2, and then to grab a quick sandwich or something like that. Because people are busy, and they're always on the road, right? And they're always in a rush. So they go, hey, grab something, boom, boom. They go, you know. But something that I also thought about, which I have seen in the past, is like we are going towards electric cars, right? So, the world in general, right? And even in the US. Now, these places, I think, in the future are going to benefit from that as well, not only in the charging part, right? Because whenever you go to one of those fast chargers, you gotta wait, right? So what do you do while you wait, right? So I think that's gonna bring some even more foot traffic, because right now that's what people do. They go in there, they go put gas, and when they go put gas, they just go inside and they grab something to eat. But then now imagine when somebody has to wait there, whatever long that it is. So how long is it that you need to charge a car, right? It's going to be like, what, 20 minutes, somewhere around there, so 20, 25 minutes. So while somebody waits that long, what are they going to do? They're going to go in there, buy a couple snacks or buy a couple things. So there was one company, there was one stock, which I got to take a look because I didn't write down the ticker symbol. So I have to look it up again, but there's this one company that is similar to Wawa, and they have been performing very well. I got to look up the ticker symbol because I heard it on a video earlier, and I think it's something that I'm interested in investing, because I think Wawa and Chick-fil-A too, man. Chick-fil-A is, but Wawa it will be one that if it went public, I think I would invest in it. Very safe, made by ABA. Hmm. What stocks are on your watch list, Shannon? Yeah, good question. Cambodia has no credit card penetration. Hmm. I bought at the end of March. Nice, Fast Eddie. Nice gains. Yes. Fast Eddie with a good one there though. I like that stock. I really did. True. In many places outside of North America and Europe, Grab's argument for having a moat are their true mappings of the street and not as easy as in the States. That and financial solutions. But the financial solutions is not really established. Yep, not easy in places that don't have street numbers, etc. Yeah, yeah, that's what happens in some of the other countries. But remember that those countries will develop over time. You know what I mean? It's gonna take time, but they will still develop. So if you can invest in a company that you see setting themselves up for the future, to where once they have streets and numbers and all that, it's already set and people will use it and will start generating some good cash flow in that future. That would be great. Way better than taxis in Manila. ESP from the airport. That's why some Western companies didn't try or pulled out. I wish Bucky's was public. Oh, that's another one, Shannon. Oh my gosh, Bucky's. Ooh, I love Bucky's, man. Every time and that's one of the reasons why I like driving down south, like to Florida, because um because I stop at Bucky's. They are very good, man. For a gas station, they have very, very good food. I don't know if any of you guys have tried it, but next time you guys drive somewhere, you guys see a Bucky's, definitely stop, man. I recommend it. Have any BDCs to Shannon? ARC, ARCC, and Main Street Capital. Nice. I usually sleep when I charge. Perfect 20-minute nap. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah. But imagine, like a lot of people, I think, time. Yeah. Oh, that's the one. I think that's the one. Cassie's, KC. It's something like their pizza is very well, it's been doing very well. So yeah, I think that's the one. Cassie's. Let me see if it's here. Because I gotta take a look at the stock. Yeah, I think it's this one. It's just trading very expensive. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's this one actually. You see that dividend yield is at 0.3%. P ratios at a 44, forward PE at a 40. Hold on, let me just. Yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah, yeah, I believe it's this one right here. We don't have any of these here. But yeah, but this is the one. Let me add it to my watch list. Hold on, guys. Hold on, because I wanted to add it earlier, but yeah, but I didn't add it. Cassie's what the. All right, I just added it to my watch list. But yeah, but I started thinking about that, and I'm like, man, like I wanna, you know, I think this is something I'm interested in, into looking into the business and see what else they how's their financials. Because I think for the future, I think for the next generation, next couple generations, that there will be the consumers. That's what I'm thinking mostly, like the next generations, right? I forgot the names of it. I think Anders can is gonna need to help me in this one. Is it Gen X or the next generations of consumers, what are their habits? Where do you see them hanging out? What do they like? What are some things like that? Like, that's what I want to invest in right now. So, if these companies do well in the future, I'm already set and I'm already invested in them. But yeah, this should be the company right here. Let me see. So Cassie's, let me see. The year to date is actually up 55%. Wow. In the past years, up 68%. Past 5 years, look at this. Oh my! I didn't take a look at this stock before, man. Man, why didn't I hear about this? Wow, look at this stock. It's up 73,000% since IPO in 1985. Let me see the dividend stats. Wow, look at this. Tim will like this. 14% dividend growth. A dividend aristocrat again, another one. Dividend growth 26 years. Payout ratio is only 12%, man. Nothing. That's not much. Let me see. Dividend growth, yeah, double digit. Look at this. Since 2024, it was 13%, 16%, 14%. So, and because of the share price appreciation, right now it's like at a 1/4% dividend yield. Um, mm, mm, mm. Let me take a look at the revenue real quick. So the revenue has been growing steadily. 1 year they had negative. In 2024, they were down revenue 1.5%. I wonder what the share price did then in 2024. But you can see $17.5 billion. Let me see the operating income. I need to take a look at the same store sales also. But look at these operating income, $1 billion. Jeez. Net income also 714 million. Let me see the shares outstanding. They're also buying back shares. Look at this. They're also bringing down the share price by buying back. Wow, look at that earnings per share growth. $19. Wow, 30% in the trailing 12 months. Wow. A very good business. Gross margin. Let me see. The operating margin is 5%, is growing, which is good. That I like. Profit margin, wow, very low margin business. Only 4%. Free cash flow margin, 4%. This is one that I will need to take a look at. Or keep in my, let me take a look at the balance sheet. $2.9 billion in debt. Yeah, so they do have a lot of debt though. Yeah, they do have a lot of debt. But it's one that I'm definitely gonna keep in my watch list. Are you guys adding this one to your watch list? I don't know. And let me know, what do you guys think about what I'm thinking on it? Like, just because of what I see, wow, in 2023 was a good time, a 19 times trailing PE. Right now it's very, very expensive. At a 40. It's trading like at the same valuation as Walmart and Costco. I think Costco is like a 50 trailing PE. Walmart is like a 40 something. So, man, Cassie's General Stores, man. Yeah, one that I got interested when I heard on the video. Wow, I got a lot of messages. I gotta catch up. I guess you guys were talking about this one. Let me know your opinion on it. But thank you, KC. Yep, that was the one, man. Thank you. 20 minutes to charge is a lifestyle decision. It has to be as fast as gas and just available to work for Americans. Yeah, but it looks like we're going that way, right? I see more and more and more electric cars on the road. I don't know what Tesla's numbers are, but I see more and more Teslas too. You know, I think I want more coffee, man. Um, but yeah, I see more and more Teslas, to be honest. More and more. Not many Rollins, Fast, and CNI. Nice watch list. Now, usually for my round trip to the office, I can get away with 5 minutes, make it home. I'm just tired, so I take a nap before driving the 2.5 hours home. Wow, 2.5 hours. Jeez. That's a long commute. Cassie's is great. Yeah, Cassie's breakfast pizza. Nice. I don't have one over here. I heard their taco pizza is good. Nice. Now I want a slice of that pizza. It's been a decade. Do you have one by you, M? And Anders, do you guys have it by you guys? Yup. On the taco pizza. Casey's. Casey's. Thank you, Casey. Casey's. Um, Let me see. Casey's. Yeah, Casey's General Stores. Thank you so much. Are those ones high paying or good growth options? Okay, cool. Casey's is mostly Midwest. Yeah. I wanna visit one. I wanna visit one. The next time I go to the Midwest, I'm definitely gonna visit one. I think they have a decent dividend too. Yeah, it was like less than it was like a quarter of percent. Good growth, mainly not high in pain. I got Bucky's 11 miles from my house, but I hate going there because it's always so busy. Yeah, I know, man. It's always busy. Every time I go down, down to Florida, driving, I stop like at two or three Bucky's, and man, it is definitely always busy. Even in the mornings, it's always busy. But they have good sandwiches though, like good sandwiches. I recommend you research waste management and Hess. They grow their dividend pretty aggressively. Fast Eddie, the Bucky's near me is near an outlet mall. I don't even like driving by it from the highway on a Saturday or Sunday. Wow. I bet it's probably like crazy busy. Shannon, thanks to Tim. Casey's Kagger is pretty awesome. Yeah, yeah. Very good Kagger. I could recommend more, but I'm drawing a blank at the moment. FNF and FITB are also solid, but don't offer the same CAGR, but the starting yield is higher. If I bought a share of Casey's for every slice at 8 years ago, I'll be retired. Wow. Man, look at this. Even in 2021, it was like $100 something stock. Why didn't I ever see this one before, man? How long ago are you talking about? Look at this in the 2011, 2008. It was like a 20 something, $30 a share. Jeez, man. FNF. It's cheap with a decent CAGR. Company's pretty solid. I'm not a customer, so I have no opinion on that aspect. Oh, Fidelity National Financial. I think we looked at this one before. I go to the office once every 2 months. Oh, okay, so that's not that bad. That's not that bad. I have many opinions on FNF, but none that I will air. A solid dividend stock. It has been in SCHD forever. Yeah, they are midway, more mountain west. But I used to live in MO. Oh, okay, all right, cool. I had Casey's. Yeah, Casey's on my way to work in Iowa. Nice. I've been tempted to stack up FNF for a few years due to cheap stock price. So yeah, it's down 7.7% in the past year, still up 16% in the past 5 years. Price target is still a upside of 20% from here. The payout ratio is 146%. This a REIT in the financial sector. Yeah, dividend growth is 108% because of that special dividend. Look at this, $2.58. But maybe that's why it's throwing off the payout ratio. I think that's why. Because of the high dividend that they just paid. To have in May 2020, I've sold a few FNF shares over the last 7 years. I was there around 2015. Still crosses my mind to buy 5 shares of GS. Dividend will be $5 per share next payment. Oh, Goldman Sachs. The dividend is at $1,085 right now. I mean the share price. The dividend yield is at 1.84%. Dividend growth, wow, 38%. Payout ratio is 27.8%. They have grown their dividend 14 years. Wow. They grow their dividend very aggressively. Look at this. In 2025, they grew at 33%, and then in 2026, 50%. Wow. 2023 was a good time to buy this company, Goldman Sachs. Yeah, like somewhere here. Wow, at $300 a share. That was just a couple of years ago. The price to book is pretty high now. The share price is up significantly, so it kind of makes sense, really does make sense. But look at this. It was trading at a less than one price to book ratio in 2022. That was a good time to buy this stock. And in 2023, it was at a one. Now it's at a almost three. That was a very nice time. FNF does mostly deed insurance, okay, and software for the real estate market, plus closing support. All right. Let me see what's here. Casey's Pizza. Let me just close it out. But yeah, a good stock, man, that I liked. I liked it. I liked it. I like the stock. Let me take a look at the S&P futures, which is slightly up, only 0.01%, so flat. I'm gonna call it as flat. Same thing with the Dow Jones, it's pretty much flat. And then Nasdaq, wow. So there's no movement in the stock market, it looks like. Just holding steady. Nasdaq is only up 0.02%. Now, crude oil is bringing up the gas prices once again. Look at this, $84 now, man. Oh my God. I've been hurting with this, man. I've been hurting. My budget has been hurting because of that. I was looking at GS at $700. Wow. $700 a share. That's over 1,000. Let me take a look at Bitcoin, which it has been recovering. I think there was some news on Bitcoin as of lately, which I gotta take a look. What is going on with Bitcoin? Yeah. So it looks like year to date is still down 23%. All right. Let me see what else. I'm sorry. I felt like I wasn't even live. All right, let me see. Let me take a look at Meta. Meta was down. It's in the 640s. Okay. Okay, that's good. Amazon. Let me take a look at Amazon real quick. I'll take a look at a couple stocks that I like. Amazon is in the 240s. Still up 7.2% in the year to date. Recently it was under 230. I definitely like it as low, as close as possible to $200 a share. Still at a 29 trailing PE, $2.6 trillion market cap in Amazon. Let me take a look at Alphabet. In the overnight, it's slightly up 0.43%. It was down 1.3%. Alphabet is poised for significant earnings announcements amidst a broader tech rally. Key focus areas include AI investments and upcoming reports that could impact market sentiment. So will it get impacted negatively, right? I think that will be my question. And if there is a pullback, I'm gonna start focusing on Google. I'm gonna start focusing on Alphabet, honestly. The trailing PE is right now at 26. I think the forward PE is at like around 24, somewhere around there. Earnings per share is at $13, $4.2 trillion market cap. Um, so yeah, I like this company long term. I think this one has my strongest conviction. Out of all the stocks in my growth portfolio. I should build it up some more. Google has released a new trio of new lightweight artificial intelligence models under its Gemini Flash lineup. Gemini 3.6, 3.5 Flashlight, and 3.5 Flash Cyber. The headliner of today's release designed the cut token costs by up to 65% for long horizon engineering tasks. It optimizes multi-step agentic workflows by requiring fewer reasoning steps and tool calls. An ultra lean variant optimized for maximum speed and cost effectiveness, making a fast model in the Gemini 3.5 tier, 3.5 tier. A specialized lightweight model, fine-tuned specifically for cybersecurity applications, capable of scanning pipelines to catch vulnerabilities and security flaws. It's like they're just making Gemini even stronger. That's what it sounds like. That's what I'm getting from this. I'm not a tech guy, right? You know, or a programmer or anything like that, but that's what it sounds like. You can access this model starting today through Gemini API. Okay, so it's Gemini 3.6 Flash. It's also integrated into Google Anti-Gravity. Okay. Yeah, and security-wise also. One company that I like in the cybersecurity, or two companies that I like in the cybersecurity, has to be CrowdStrike and gosh, what was the other one? Man, I got the name right there, and we spoke about them both recently. I remember it was CrowdStrike and another one. Let me see if I have them here. No. CRWD, and the other one, I forgot what was it. What was the name? I have it on my watch list. But I like this one for the long term also. If there's a gold pullback though. It's up 60% in the past year, 63% in the year to date in CrowdStrike. Let me see. What else was it that I needed to show you? ServiceNow. ServiceNow should be announcing earnings, right? ServiceNow. When is ServiceNow announcing earnings? Oh, it's tomorrow also as well. Yeah. I like this. I like ServiceNow. I was doing some research in it not long ago when it was like around 90 something dollars a share. So this one was gonna happen is they'll most likely have a beat just like they did in the first quarter. They'll most likely have a beat, or they'll meet estimates, right? But most likely, I think they'll have a double beat in revenue earnings per share. But their guidance is gonna be the most important report. You know, whatever they report in their guidance, that's what's gonna drive the share price tomorrow. No, on Thursday, because they do announce it tomorrow after the market closes. So on Thursday we will see. We're gonna go live. I'm gonna do a live stream tomorrow, so we'll take a look at Alphabet tomorrow, the earnings, and a ServiceNow. I want to take a look at both of those. If you guys want to take a look at IBM, we can too as well. But those are gonna be the two that I want to take a look at tomorrow. Are you focused on just long-term investing, or do you trade as well? Home advantage, day swing trade. Yeah, long-term investing. Yeah, no day trade or nothing like that. Yeah. Maybe in the future I will. But as of right now, you know, my portfolio is I would say it's not that large for me to, you know, do some meaningful swing trade, you know. That's how I see it, you know. Whenever I look at swing trading, not saying that anybody does it, you know, anybody can invest the way they want. For me, um whenever if I do start swing trading or day trading or something like that, I want to have a meaningful cash position, you know. That's how I would like to do it. But I also want to have some some investments in value, like I have a nice portfolio that if something happens, I don't get hurt that much. But yeah, maybe in the future I will. But thank you for the comment there in the chat. But these two are the ones that I'm looking at for tomorrow: Alphabet and Service Now. I honestly, sometimes I feel like I should have thrown some money into Service Now, especially when it was under $100. So yeah, all right. Let me see something real quick. Uh, to, to- yeah. So guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Very very important. There's only 15 likes, and there's about 20 something of you guys there. So don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I do have one question if everybody's still there, right? Which is something that I posted earlier. Let's say you guys have it, right? I want to throw a hypothetical scenario, right? And I'm gonna tell you what my move will be, right? But let's just say you have some great gains in your portfolio, right? And you have $1 million, and you sell one stock, you made $1 million in it, you sell it, you're good, you have $1 million, right? What will be the first thing you do when you get that money? Let's say that money gets deposited into your portfolio. What will be your first move with it? For me, it will be I will buy between 3,000 and 5,000 shares of SCHD right away. What will be your first move? If you got that much money, like let's say got $1 million, boom, hits your account. What is the first thing what is your first move with it? That's what I think I will do. I think I will start with like 3,000 shares of SCHD because I would like something that can stay, um, that can continue growing in my portfolio. I continue to have some share price appreciation plus the dividend growth, just in case later on. But I want to have some money in something like that, in a value ETF that will continue growing. But what would you do? What would you do? I really want to know your opinions. And I see I see one specific cover call ETF right there. Let's look at GM, since it's after hours. I'd like to see if they had any beats. So let me know your opinions there on that question. I really I want to know. I'm gonna close it out real quick, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up, guys. Very important. Let me see. GM. You want to take a look at the share price to see where it's at? Let me see. So General Motors, it was up almost 5% at the closing of the day. Wow, nice. And then after hours, overnight hours is 0.6%. General Motors reported strong Q2 results, raising its full year guidance for adjusted EBITDA, 14 to 16 billion. Oh wow. And adjusted earnings per share, $12 to $14. Wow, the stock rose approximately 3% on the news, driven by robust performance in North America and strategic cost management despite ongoing challenges in the EV sector. GM mostly what they sell is the trucks. You know what I mean? Like I don't, you know, I yeah. So I think that's where, the EVs is gonna be a challenge for them, but pickup trucks is they always gonna sell, man. That's just everywhere. That's just everywhere with GM. But yeah, you want to take a look at the before I start looking at your answers. I really do. I really want to take a look at your answers. Let me take a look at GM real quick. So yeah, so GM had a 2.6% revenue beat and a wow 13.3% earnings per share beat. So nice top and bottom beat though. So very bullish. Nice. Very nice beat. Let me see. First half revenue of 92 billion, EBITDA adjusted of 8.2 billion, and adjusted diluted earnings per share to $7.27, up 35% year over year. The Q2 revenue of 48 billion. Wow. Oh, raise full year guidance. Management raised EBITDA adjusted to, oh yeah, that's what he said. That's what I read before. Free cash flow to $11.5 billion, reflecting first half outperformance and conservative. It looks like a lot of people are buying trucks. They're definitely selling a lot of trucks in GM. So yeah, Tim, nice, solid top and bottom beat. QQQI, nice man. QQQI and retire. Wow, sounds like a pool time. Yeah, yeah. I should. What would be the question? KC. You know what would be the question in the pool? I can't come up with it. That's why I because it's gonna be all different answers, right? So I don't know which answers I will put on the poll. Heck yeah, yep. QQQI, wow, nice. I'm behind, so keep buying QQQI. Okay, maybe 50-50 SCHD and QQQI. Nice. Nice move. That's a nice move. I'll probably think of something like that too. I'll probably add a cover call ETF. I want some cash flow. I don't want to, I get $1 million and then, I got no cash flow incoming. Then I'll go broke in like 2 years or something like that because I go ahead and buy me a truck or something and, pay off the house, and or buy another house or something like that. So David Castro will buy SPMO. Nice. Which one is SPMO? Oh yeah, the momentum ETF, S&P 500. 1 million into QQQI pays $140,000 per year. Wow. That is a salary right there. That's a solid salary. You can definitely live off of that, no problem. Actually, what Anders said, 50-50. Okay. Yeah, but Jay's age, I will also want something with solid kegger. Yes. Yeah, that's why I say is I don't think there's any wrong answer because everybody would have a different answer, right? So that's why I want to know, like, what will be your move? Because somebody else, like let's say somebody in their 20s, they'll probably buy a ton of VGT or XLK or SMH or something like that. You know what I mean? So it all depends on what the person, what their timeline is, what do they like to invest in. For Jay, lots of companies with good moat and CAGR. Yes, good point. I'm too focused on the cash coming in. Yep. Waste management, Jay. Yeah, that's a good one. I don't know if maybe in the future I will add, but as of right now, not yet. Home advantage, diversify, take some off the table, purchase cash flow, real estate, 1 to 2 properties, purchase SCHD with SCHG. Oh, nice combo. I love that combo, home advantage. I'll tell you that, man. That's my Roth IRA combo. And maybe 100K to trade. Nice. That's a nice plan right there. Very, very good plan right there. Love it. For me, I could put it into SGOV and just live on the interest. Nice. Waste management and Goldman Sachs. Yes. Very good. How much, Fast Eddie, how much money do I have? Jay, did you say 1 million? Yes, 1 million. $1 million, Fast Eddie. What would you do? 1 million in VTI and then sole focus on VBR and VXUS. Wow. Nice moves, X. You see, X has a time horizon, right? So he wants, to continue growing the money. $1 million to spend. Which stock or ETF you're buying? Options are QQQI, SHD, DGRO, or main. I can make a pool like that. I can make a pool like that. I don't, let's see. Start a pool. So, 1 million in the bank. What would you buy? And then I'm gonna put SCHD. I think I will do SCHD, DGRO, SCHD, QQQI. I don't know their option. I put main and O. I'll do both because both of them. And then S&P, right? I'm gonna put S&P, VOO, VOO, VTI. What would you guys buy? I just posted the pool, Tim. Let me see. I wanna know. I wanna see. Or O. I will buy a blonde, a brunette, and a redhead. I like Fast Eddie's answer. Oh man. LOL. Oh man. If it float, flies, rent it. LMAO. Lease. You can get a new one every 3 years. Tim doesn't like my leases. Leases. I've never leased a single thing in my life. Don't like the payments. That's good, Tim. That's a good mentality though. I normally don't, but did on EV since I bought it right before current administration took power in the US. So yeah, yeah. But some people actually leasing a car or leasing something is actually beneficial for some people. I think it all depends also on your lifestyle. Your lifestyle, your work, you know, what do you do? Um, some people are okay with not owning a car, with just leasing a car, just because they might travel a lot. They might, have to fly often. They live in an apartment building, so they're in and out all the time. So some people I have noticed that you know, they can lease 8% in QQQI, 100H in percent in SCHD. I have to be a multimillionaire in order to put 1 mil in a dividend stock. Yeah, I think so too. That's why I will go with SCHD. For me, it was a defensive mode for resale. Got it. All right, guys. So that was the question. There's 7 votes so far. So let's see which answers do we get over here. Let me take a look. What else was it? I honestly didn't take a look at the stock market today. That's why I don't have anything in mind to talk about. Even though the time has gone by fast, it's already 8:38. Home advantage. Purchase assets, lease liabilities with the cash flow from your assets. Yeah, that's it. That's a very good strategy right there, honestly. Um, you know, I don't know if I ever get into the real estate sector. Sometimes I do think about it and I'm like, man, should I ever try to invest in it? I know my only assets are in the stock market, right? But should I expand it? Should I go into the real estate sector? Because sometimes like there are condos that they're making by where I live at that look really nice. And they're on sale. So I know that there's people um that buy condos, apartments, and then they rent them, and things like that. So I don't know. Should I start looking into that in the near future? Um, but my only thing is that if I do invest in the real estate, I don't want to deal with tenants. So I know I have to hire a management company, right? So I would need something significant, like a significant investment for me to um be able to make some money, some good cash flow after paying that management team, you know. So, but yeah, that will be something I'll probably, I gotta think about it in the future. I don't want anyone calling me at 2:30 in the morning and telling me they don't have hot water. I don't ever want to own real estate other than the house I live in. Yeah, so that's also, Facetti, you hit it right in the nail, man. Like, that's the one thing that I don't want to deal with, if I ever invest into real estate. Um, so that's why I also have like realty income and VG properties, because I like the idea of owning real estate through the stock market where I don't need to get a call at 2:30 a.m., or something like that. Yeah. That would be my only thing. If you buy right, yes. Good to have a mix of stocks, real estate. Be careful with condos, mainly because of HOAs. Oh, good advice, man. Thank you for mentioning that. Um, because yeah, that would be my only concern. I own enough real estate in my REITs. Nice. Real estate isn't really passive. It works, but you need to put away money for taxes and home improvements. Got it. Exactly. Dealing with a tenant will be a nightmare. Yeah, X. That would be my only thing. Like, I don't want to deal with people. I'm not saying that everybody's bad. I don't want anybody to take it negatively, right? But I'm the same as what Fast Eddie said right there. I think he hit it right in the nail. You know, man, imagine me sleeping. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I get a call that they don't have hot water, or the toilet is clogged and it's not working, or something like that. Um, you know, and then many things can happen. I don't know, man. Like, that would be my only thing. Like, I don't want to deal with tenants. There are people that are very good at it, though, like very good at investing in real estate and dealing with all that stuff and managing it, and that's how they make so much good cash flow. They have some good cash flow coming in. So but yeah, that's that's what scares me out of it, as of right now. I've had properties for 12 years and have never received a call after 9 p.m. Set the right expectations, but it's not for everyone. Yeah, yeah. You see, like, some people can do it. Like, you can do it, and that's perfect, man. Like, that's awesome. And I think it's also right. You gotta really, I guess, interview the tenants very good, making sure that you know making sure that you put some good tenants into the property, right? That will take care of everything. That will not be those kind of tenants that will give you problems all the time. I guess that's also something that you will need to have set in place. Like, hey, whenever I look into a tenant, or whenever I look into renting for a tenant, these are my these are some points that that tenant will need to fill in, and something that you will need to look at, because I've also heard of some good experiences from some people that have rented real estate to families, and they have, the families there for like over a decade, 2 decades. They pay on time, they never give a problem. They keep up with the property. So there have like, I've seen mixed reviews of everything, like good ones and also not so good ones. Hey, Jay, REITs are the way. What's going on, Lawrence? REITs are the way. Vici properties, and oh yes, two solid REITs, man. I love those two, man. And hopefully Vici continues to compound well in the future. They continue to collect that rent in the you know, in the Las Vegas Strip. There is a reason O is my largest individual company holding, MAA number 4. Yeah. That's another good one, MAA, the apartment REIT. In terms of EV, I'm still in on Rivian and the R2. Nice. Yes, you have mentioned that before, man. R2 is getting great reviews. Oh, that's good, man. I liked it. When I saw it, I liked the shape of it and everything. I thought it looks really nice, for an EV. I was good. What's going on, James? Man, nice to see you there in the chat. And guys, anybody that is just joining in, don't forget to hit the thumbs up in the live stream. That's all I ask for, just to support the live stream. Just hit the thumbs up. KC, SCHD, $1 million, 32K per year. That will be the dividend income. Wow, only 32K, right? That's the only thing about having a low dividend yield right now. But the CAGR will be crazy. Like, in 15, 20 years, it will be much higher. So, Danny, what's going on, Danny? Hey, everyone. Speaking on REITs, what's your thoughts on stock ADC? ADC is solid. I already have O. ADC, I think, is Agree Realty, right? Didn't we take a look at that? I have to look for a website that I can do the research right here, man. Honestly, Danny, man, I owe you guys that. I owe you guys that one. Because I don't, right here in stock analysis, I can't research REITs. Like, they don't have, they don't have the AFFO and the FFO information. I don't see it. I don't think I have seen it here before. Yeah, no, I don't see it here. But yeah, Agree Realty Corporation is similar to Realty Income, 3.92% dividend yield. The price target is $84. In the past year, it's up 12%. This one, it looks like if you time it right, you could buy the bottom, or the dips every time. It's just, looks good. Since IPO in the 1990s, it's up 311%. That's not including the dividend. Dividend is almost at 4%. Dividend growth 3.62%, but you get a almost 4% dividend yield. They have grown their dividend 13 years, and they pay quarterly. So dividend charts, yeah, they've been growing it every year. Yeah, look at this steady, nice single-digit dividend growth. So it looks good. In 2024, had a nice high yield over 5%. Yeah. In 2024, right here was a nice time to buy it, it looks like. But I need to look for a website. I owe you that one, Danny. I'm sorry, man. Home Advantage. Do you have a management team and somebody that handles maintenance? Jay, you missed the best option. Just hold cash in specific account and you can yield 5 to 12%. Got it. On the poll. Let me end the poll real quick. There's 13 votes. So let me see. So wow, QQQI won 38%. SCHD 31% and VOO 23%. Wow. QQQI, everybody will go, or most people will go with QQQI, get some high dividend yield, high yearly income, pretty much. But yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. It sure is, Anders. I'm waiting until LiDAR in 2027, 2028. That's with the Rivian. Nice. By the time you have 1 million, you should be accredited, which open up high yield that average man can get. Ooh, nice. Yeah, once I get up there, man, James, I need you to be here in the chat, man. Once I grow my portfolio up there, it's gonna be like another 20 years, but I need you here in the chat. I need some of those good advices, man. I showed my calculation wrong, but the total is correct. Okay, cool. That was for SCHD. If I was staying in the US, I would get an R2 when my EX30 lease is up. Nice. An accredited investor can park 1 million and collect 12% with no risk. I'm guessing you mean. That's good, man. That's good to know. I'm not up there with you guys, so Hopefully I will, man. Hopefully I can continue growing my portfolio to where, reaches like $1 million, or something like that. Like that would be great. I've seen some of these guys that have grown their portfolios on YouTube, over the years, and now they have like, 6-digit portfolios. Joseph Carlson, recently hit $1 million. Like, it's just crazy in the public portfolio. Forgot to multiply by 0.26. Okay, so what is it, Casey? Fast Eddie. Have a handyman close by, have a plumber, an electrician close by, call away. Pretty passive. Stop by maybe 8 times a year just to check in. You see, Home Advantage got the I'm guessing you probably just have the personality and you have the patience and you also have the knowledge for it. Like that is awesome, man. You know, I wish I had some of that, but I just don't know if I can deal with like tenants. But you have it set up. That's great, man. Oh, and 1254 SCHD. Wow, Anders just bought more SCHD, man. Let me see. Yeah, so 1254, another 12 shares added. Wow, $326 in September dividend, man. That's meaningful, man, in a single quarter. That's gonna be good over there in Cambodia, no? James, that 32K don't even beat a regular cash account. Being a landlord is a power fantasy. It will be super cool. Yeah. I think you also need the personality, X, if you become a landlord. I will do it on this place. When I move, if I can't get the price I need, can be a nightmare if you don't run a tight ship. But mostly I am too lazy, so we'll have to hire a management company. That's what I think I will need to do too. If I ever do invest in real estate, I will need a property manager, no doubt. Property manager is not 100%. They mess up and steal too. Yeah. Oh, that's not good. Would you put your place on Airbnb or just rent it out long term? The Airbnb group really make more money when things go well. Since I will be living 12K miles away long term, just like everything else, want it done right. Do yourself or pay. Home Advantage is a much bigger real estate player than I am. Nice. Yeah. Screening is the key who you rent to. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The screening process. Yeah, yeah. Very good, James. I guess if you have a good screening process, that will definitely help with the real estate investment. Like if you ever buy a multifamily house or building, anything like that, that's also something that I've seen. Like investors will go ahead and buy multifamily houses, and or if they build a new one, they build like side by side where you have multiple families in the same place, or like four peoples, two upstairs, two downstairs, something like that. Hold on, guys. All right, I'm back. Sorry. I think it's too hot in here, man. I don't know if I no, I didn't lower it enough. I'm about 65% of the way to just living on dividends. Nice. And there's wow, so just 35% more. And that's it. Wow, nice. Do you guys watch Ben Mala? Mala? I live through him. No, I don't know who that is. Jay, I have SHD update now. 122 shares from Lawrence. Let's go, Lawrence. Where are you? 122. So another 2 shares of SCHD. Let's go. $31 in September dividend. Love Ben, a great guy. Love his content. Let me take a look to see who it is. I do have to open up another YouTube. Let me take a look real quick. Content creator, real estate. Oh, I've seen his videos. I've seen his videos. Oh, he got 1 million subscribers. A day in the life of a $500 million landlord. I bought a Tesla dealership. Wow. I gotta watch his content. I've never seen his content. I've seen his like shorts. I've seen him on YouTube shorts though. That's where I've seen him. So let me keep it right here so I can watch it. Let me see the thrill. What's going on, man? What's up, Jay and fam? Let's go. Real estate guy on YouTube, Jay. Check him out sometime. Yeah, I'm gonna check him out. I'm gonna leave it here. I don't work tomorrow, so I'll probably watch some of the one of his videos. I'll probably watch that one, the day in the life. That one is interesting to me. This one right here. Yeah, I'll probably watch that one. Is he also used to be a mob guy? Home advantage. Jay Vasquez, I appreciate what you do. Love watching your lives. Great stuff. Getting like-minded people together. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. Really appreciate the feedback and the compliment, man. I'm very open-minded, home advantage. That's what I think it is. I'm not, I'm not gonna say that I was always like that, right? Because when you're younger, you're kind of like more stubborn, I guess. But now with life, how life have molded me into this more mature, right, self that I have been becoming. And with time, I have learned that listening to different opinions is not a bad thing. I think you gotta be open-minded, right? Not saying that you have to do everything that the other person's opinion, the other person tells you because they're their opinion. But it's just, it's very good to continue learning. I think that's how, you know, getting like-minded people together, like you mentioned there, especially investors, it definitely helps out a lot understand many different things, and there might be some things that I might learn from you guys that um that later on I'll probably apply it to myself. You know what I mean? Like real estate, I have watched videos and all that. Have I gotten like interested a little bit? But then I just think about that, about the being a landlord, like Fast Eddie mentioned there earlier, and X also. But yeah, thank you, man. I really appreciate the compliment. I don't think so, but I don't know. Okay, to see if he was a mop guy. He looks like one, Fast Eddie. I own one house, rent out 2 rooms. My tenants pay 100% of my mortgage and 50% of my bills, and off to retire at 50. Nice, Tim. I remember, man, when you mentioned that you were gonna retire. That was so cool on that stream before. So that was so cool, man. That was so cool. That is really cool. Oh, dímelo, Finanzas con Estilo. What's up, Jay? I saw you live this morning. Nice. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I had a live stream. I'm off this week, so I did a live stream in the morning yesterday. So yeah, it was different. It was different though, a little bit different. So I don't know. Let me see if I do another one this week. I don't know yet because I've been doing, since I'm off right now. I'm doing quite a few things, and I took out today. Actually, I made some sofrito. That was something that I did for cooking. Anybody that is Hispanic and cooks with sofrito, I made like 7 containers, so that's gonna last me a while. I put them in the deep freezer, so I don't have to buy because one thing of sofrito is like $11, man. Like one of those. So, but I got like 3 garbage bags of old clothes that I have not been wearing. Like I have not been wearing them for over a year, definitely. So I've been taking care of that. But yeah, I'm trying to take care of some of those things, right now that I don't get to do on those Sundays, and I can also get them done and have some more Sundays off. And also, I don't know if I told you guys, but yesterday or the day before, no, on Monday. Hold on, what's today? Oh yeah, yesterday. So yesterday I didn't do a live stream at night because I went to Six Flags. I went to Great Adventures. So I went to Hurricane Harbor and I was there for at the pool at the water park. So I was there the whole afternoon. I got back home like around 6 something in the afternoon. I turned on the grill and I started making some burgers and some stuff. So that's why I didn't do the live stream yesterday. Oh, missed it this morning. No, it wasn't this morning. It was yesterday. Yeah, I think Finanzas con Estilo saw the replay on it. But all right, guys. Oh, let me show you the purchase. I made a purchase yesterday. Which you guys know what it is, right? It says SCHD. I bought a full share once again yesterday. Monday, $32.92. So another share added to the portfolio. So I am I'm building up my position already. Building it up already. 7 containers. Yes. That's how many. Because I go buy the peppers at Costco, the onions. I buy a couple of the things at Costco because it's like big and it's a little bit cheaper than if I buy them in singles at the store, like a ShopRite or somewhere like that. So what I do is I buy a bag of onions, a bag of yellow onions, bag of red onions. I buy the peppers there. I forgot what else did I buy there. And then at Aldi, I go buy like the oregano, no, cilantro, sorry, and a few other things. So I already have like a system, where I buy everything, between Aldi and Costco. So I made a lot today, man. Like I made a lot. I don't know. It came out too much. It was 7 containers. So each one is like, each one I think is like yeah, at the store I think it's like $11, somewhere around there. So yeah, I saved up some money, man. I spent, I think it was like $40 in vegetables. So yeah, so I saved up some money and it tastes better. Less watery. X, I've been to a chiropractor once and he wasn't cheap nor a hot chick. My massage person is great. 90 minutes. I have been sleepy all day. Wow, nice, Anders. Nice. I need to get one of those, man. I need to go get a massage. Honestly. I do need to do that. All right. Let me see. What else do I have here? So we already spoke about a few things. Let me just see something real quick. All right, let me show you my portfolio because I haven't really looked at my portfolio today. So my portfolio is still at 42,300. I've been staying right there. Actually, it's been holding up very well. My portfolio is $6,400 in gains, 7% in unrealized gains as of right now. SCHD at 446.2 shares. So I'm up 19%, almost 20% in my possession, $2,400. Wow. Meta, I'm up only 2% in my possession. Okay, not much. I'm okay with that. Alphabet, I'm up 110%. Amazon, I'm up 21%. Johnson and Johnson, the one that I'm looking to see if I'm gonna start buying pretty soon, or let me see where Johnson and Johnson is at. Let me take a quick look at some things. PE ratio is at a 28. Forward PE is at a 20. Price target is 269, so upside of 7% from here. Look at that dividend yield. It's 2.1%. What's my yield on cost? My yield on cost is actually 3.4%. And right now it's at 2.1%, the dividend yield. So my yield on cost looks very attractive. In the past year, it's up 53%. So very, very good performance from Johnson & Johnson. The dividend stats, look at it. Dividend growth, mature company. So 3.94% dividend growth, 61% payout ratio. They have grown their dividend 64 years. So dividend king. They just increased their dividend in June. They're about to pay their September dividend. Let me see. Dividend growth, yeah, it has been in decline. The dividend growth is right now at 3%. The dividend yield 1 year ago was good, and it's good. It was over 3%. Let me see the financials. So they have been growing their revenue. You can see nice steady growth, single digit percentage, but it's still growing. So right now they just grew in the trailing 12 months 8%. Operating income, look at this, $26.1 billion. Wow. Net income, yep, 21 billion. Shares outstanding, let me see, they're buying back shares. Another great, from Johnson & Johnson, look at how many shares they're buying. They're aggressively buying right now. Earnings per share is at $8.65. Let me see. The free cash flow is at $19 billion. Good. Operating margin is in the 26%. Profit margin, 21%. So very good profit margin right there. Free cash flow margin, also 20%. Let me take a look at the balance sheet real quick. How much debt they have? $54 billion in debt. Wow, that's a lot. Look at what they acquired. But yeah. The ratios. Let me take a look at the ratios. Last year was a good time to buy, which I bought. It was at a 18 trailing PE. Right now it's at a 28. I'm gonna wait for a pullback. I'm gonna wait for a nice pullback. Yeah, even the forward PE was like at a 14, 18. Right now it's at a 20. So yeah, I think I could wait a little bit. I probably should turn on the drip on this one also as well. Let me see. Swedish massage or deep tissue. Probably not deep tissue since it felt good. I am going for a straight razor shave for my head and face next week for my sister's wedding. Nice. It's like a guy spot treatment. If you never experienced it, I recommend it highly. Nice. That's cool, Tim. How much does that cost, Tim, if you don't mind me asking? I'm paying $50 Canada. So like $35 USD. Yeah, that's how much the uh the haircuts over here, like $25, $30 where I'm at. That's not bad. I suppose that doesn't include the tip. If you go for that, make sure they do a heated shaving cream before you go. It does not include the tip. But yeah, but Johnson & Johnson, I have to see where am I going to buy once again, but not at the current levels. Not at these levels. I think I'm going to wait a little bit to buy more Johnson & Johnson, honestly. I'm still up 61% in my position. Visa 21%. I'm up, but I need to buy more Visa once again pretty soon. I want to wait for the earnings, which I think is next week, right? Let me take a look at the calendar. I think Visa's earnings is next week. American Express is on Friday. So that's going to be an interesting one. Let me see. Yeah, I don't see Visa here, so I think it's next week. I think American Express is going to be a business as usual. The estimate is $19.6 billion and earnings per share $4.40 estimate. So that should be some continued growth for American Express. Yeah. Yeah, so I expected to do that. I found an interesting one. LDOS, Leidos Holdings Inc. We're gonna take a look at it, Shannon, together. Um, Let me see my positions. Realty income up 17%, S&P up 40%, Vici properties. I'm almost at 75 shares, which was my goal, my next goal. So I should hit 75 shares this week. Because that's what I'm gonna buy. I'm planning on buying more Vici. It's still at $26 a share. I'm down 9% in there. Main Street Capital, I'm up 26%. Okay, 23.3 shares. Netflix, I'm down 15%. I'm at 18 shares right now, currently. 18 shares. I'm gonna buy a couple more shares before I stop buying. Bitcoin, I'm down 29%. Let's see where it goes next year. I think next year gonna be a good year for Bitcoin. 38.9. I'm up 38% in Coca-Cola. Pfizer, I'm down 19%. I've noticed with Coca-Cola that they were cheaper at Costco. I didn't buy a case, but because they don't like the zero sugar Coca-Cola here at my house. That's why I didn't buy a case. I like the zero sugar. Um, but yeah, SoFi, I'm up 9.8%. I'm just gonna be buying my regular $5-10. Tim, Fast Eddie, if you haven't done this, can't recommend that enough. It feels amazing. My entire head just tingles. My Vici position slowly just keep going up, even though it is just 2%. Wow. Yeah, well, Vici right now is at $26 a share. So I, you know, I want to buy it once again. I'm hoping it stays under 27, for Friday. Give us a teaser for your Friday buy. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same thing as last week, Tim. Gonna buy more SCHD and Vici properties in my dividend portfolio, and I don't think I'm gonna buy anything else. Meta is still at a good valuation. Honestly, I like it at these levels still at 640. Anywhere under 650, I'm good with buying Meta. Is it better under 600? Yes, but I will still DCA in here. But I think I'm good with the 5 shares. I got $3,100 invested in it. So as of right now, what I'm seeing is Vici Properties just continue growing the high yield REIT, continue to pay me my dividends, right? And I want to buy Main Street Capital, but what I want to do, I want to focus again this week on the growth portfolio. I want to continue focusing on Amazon, Netflix, a bit more Bitcoin because I want to get to 30 shares and I'm at 28.2. So I'm getting there. Once I get to 30 shares, I'll probably stop. And then a little bit of SoFi. And I want to grow my Netflix position. Another reason why is because soon I want to start buying Alphabet once again. I want to grow my Alphabet position. I definitely do not own enough Alphabet. And I want to start DCAing into it pretty soon. I only got $1,300 invested in Alphabet. It's just I have some good gains. I got 110% in gains, but yeah. That's gonna be the teaser for Friday. Let me see. Shannon LDOS. Take a quick look at this one. There's a couple more comments in there. I'm gonna get to them in a second. Lidos Holdings Inc. I think it's yeah. I think it's Lidos. Information technology sector. Okay. National Security and Digital segment provides national security software services by using artificial intelligence and machine learning to coordinate sea, ground, air, and space to help warfighters, offensive, defensive, and physical cyber operations. Wow. Click on the okay. We can start loading. So the price target is $150. Wow, upside of 43% from here. It does pay a dividend 1.6%. PE ratio is only at a 9. Forward PE is at a 8.4. Let me see. Year to date is down 41%. In the past year is down 35%. In the Past 5 years is flat. If you bought 5 years ago, you will pretty much be flat on your position. But it's on a significant pullback right now. Look at this. Let me take a look at the dividend stats. Payout ratio is only 15%. So yeah, they got plenty of free cash flow. They have grown their dividend 7 years. Dividend growth 6.96%. They should have another quarter of dividend, and then after that, they usually grow their dividend in Q4. So they'll probably grow their dividend in Q4. They are actually increasing the dividend growth. You can see that it went from 5.5%, 5.2%, and then now 7.5% last year. Because the share price decline, it is going up. The yield is near its high. So you get a nice dividend yield. Let me see. So the revenue, it is growing. It's growing more like a mature company. Yeah, if you see the growth is just the growth, yeah, it's small. It's like 2% in the trailing 12 months. Yeah, it declined the revenue growth percentage wise, 7.9%, 11% in 2021. It's still growing though. Operating income, it is at $2 billion. Nice. Take a look at the net income, 1.4 billion and growing. Shares outstanding. Oh, they're buying back shares too. They're not diluting the shareholder. There are 127 million shares. They have bought a lot of shares significantly. Wow. Earnings per share is at $11. Nice. Free cash flow 1.86 billion and is growing. Look at that free cash flow, how it's growing. Free cash flow has been growing double-digit percentage in the past couple of years, up to 14% right now. The profit margin is only 8%, so low margin business. Operating margin is at 12%. Free cash flow margin 10%. Hold on, how much free cash flow they had? 1.8 billion. Let me see the balance sheet. $7.2 billion in total debt. I wonder if they had some acquisitions or something as of lately. Let me see the ratios real quick. It's at its lowest trailing PE in the past 5 years and forward PE, as you guys can see right here. So price to sales ratio is 0.76. Oh wow. So oh man, what I will do in this one is like look at, that's actually pretty cool. All right, so it has cybersecurity, this C stuff, manage health with AI. I would just like to look and see why is the share price down so much, right? Why the negative sentiment on it? That's what I will ask AI to look for me, like that's the easiest way. Okay. Chief Technology Officer. But look, it also has quantum right here. Mission software, cybersecurity, AI. Let me see something. The company. Let me see. Hold on. Did it have something about contract vehicles? Okay. We are guided by our commitment to deliver mission success. Okay. Integrity is having to courage. Okay. Inclusion. Our values are embodied by our employees. I would just like to read about the company a little bit more, but it looks like this is an opportunity. Let me see. Streamline access to LIDO solutions. Government wide multiple agency contracts. So they do have government contracts and everything. I will just look into the company itself. It looks, honestly, looking at the financials, I don't know. I just over the top right here, I see that it's good from what I see here, but I would just look at the company itself and see what kind of contracts they have, what's their future guidance, like does it still look solid? Like is it still gonna continue growing at the pace that is growing? Um, that's what I will look at the company itself and their guidance, their future guidance. Other than that, I think this is a nice opportunity. Not financial advice, of course, but from what I'm seeing right now, do they have any contracts coming up? That will bring some positive sentiment on the stock. I think it's mostly on negative sentiment right now. Not sure why. That would be my question. Why the negative sentiment on the share price? Almost a $200 stock a couple months ago. So yeah. All right, let me see. Let me see the comments. Wish I held Amazon. Was buying around $90 to $100. Sold my position around 135. It's had a great run the last year or so. Yeah, Amazon. I'm thinking more home advantage, like long term. I'm investing in Amazon for 10, 15 years from now. Honestly, I think the company is the future. Yeah, in the past years up 9% year to date. Let me see. Yeah, in the past 5 years, it's up 38%. But in 2023 was a good time to buy. I guess that's when you were buying it right here. It was like under $100. I think Amazon is gonna be a solid one, long term into the future. It's it's trading at a lower valuation than Walmart and Costco. Um, and it's way more diversified, I would say, right? Yeah, I think it's way more diversified. And yeah, I like it for the future. I think Amazon is the future. So I'm gonna continue DCAing into it. $5 into May. I'm into Main Street Capital. I'm doing it. Tim, at that rate, you're putting money into Main. When would you make more per month in dividend than you are putting in? This is my fund portfolio. I have 11K CAD invested. So 8K USD. I pump 100 to $150 Canadian money into every week. Nice. Another one I sold way too soon was Intel. Who knew it would be over $100 within a year? Yeah, I know. That is crazy. Especially after they cut their dividend home advantage. So I understand you 100%. But I honestly, man, you know, I wouldn't buy it at these levels. I know that the government pumped it a lot. The US government did, but I would just be careful, man. I would just be very careful with it. Yeah, they cut their dividend completely in 2024. I remember they went here from 36 cents to 12 cents. I remember that. But they cut it completely. Yeah, you see the revenue decline? I don't know. I would just be careful with the stock. Yeah. But it would have been some nice gains right now, though, to have. For sure. For sure. Not a portfolio that matters in the short term for me. Oh, I know. I was just genuinely curious how long it would take. I actually don't have an answer for you on that question. I just buy Canadian ETFs and American ETFs as stocks. I make around $225 Canadian per month in dividends. Nice, man. 12 positions. I focus more on the Canadian holdings into this portfolio. I pay 15% withholding taxes every American dividend that hits. Zero on the Canadian holdings. Nice. Yeah, it makes sense, Tim. Definitely makes sense. All right, guys. I think, let me see. There's 12 of you guys there. Nice. 22 likes. That's awesome. I'm hoping everybody hit the thumbs up. I don't think I have anything else for you guys today because I also didn't take a look at the stock market all day. So I don't have many topics for you guys today. Hope you guys let me see if I do another morning live stream. I think that was pretty cool. But yeah. Yeah, let's see how the stock market performs tomorrow. My portfolio is holding very well. All three thumbs up. Nice. Thank you, Anders. But yeah, my portfolio. I've been surprised that my portfolio has been holding up. Very good. I would like for it to get to 43,000, but that will also mean that some of my positions will need to go up. So, and I want to buy some of the positions that I have currently. So, I kind of don't want them to go up. What do you think on Fly? This is Firefly Aerospace on the future of space exploration. So anything that is space, I think we're still a long ways to go from there. You know, to get some revenue from space, honestly. Price target is 127% upside from here, $48. Wow. In the past years, down 53%. Past 5 years, yeah. I'm guessing IPO was in 2025. Yeah, in August 2025. Revenue is at a 184 million. So they have been growing their revenue very well, 70%. That looks good. Operating income is negative. Net income is also negative. It's a company that is growing. Shares outstanding, they're diluting the shareholder. You can see it right here. No free cash flow. Profit margin is in the negative. Yeah. You know, price to sales ratio is at 18. Ah, I don't know. I think anything space is probably gonna take time, honestly. So it's probably gonna be it's like the same thing as SpaceX. I think SpaceX is just gonna take time, man. Anybody that just bought it, I think my opinion, right? Not financial advice, just my opinion. I think you're gonna need to wait, 15, 20 years. Like SpaceX have Starlink, right? Which is a good business, very good business. But I think for any space revenue, it's just gonna take time, man. It's gonna take a while. I would just be careful with these ones, with the recent IPOs, Michael. Tim, so waste management is a great stock, but doesn't make a ton of sense for me to hold in this portfolio with the withholding taxes. So a cup of coffee at a time. Nice. You have some nice share price appreciation. Waste management performs very well. Look at this, 60% in the past 5 years. But I know you're mostly doing for that dividend growth. Look at this, 12%, 12.3%. Payout ratio is 51%, so it's still solid. Yeah. Like the ones trying to get the market for small satellites. Probably. But yeah. All right, guys. I think AVEX is drones that report a profit only once that is a new IPO from Michael. Fly is 4% of ORBX ETF. Okay, cool. All right. Guys, I think I'm getting to the end of the stream. I'm just gonna watch this video after I get off, um, just to see his content that was recommended earlier. So I'll probably do that right now. I don't think I have anything else for you guys. Unless you guys want to watch it with me, the video. But I don't think I have anything else, honestly, for you guys today. So you know, I wouldn't want to hold you guys here anymore, for the night. Even though I'm not gonna go to sleep yet. Yeah, it's 9:30 and I'm off. So I want to take advantage of the days. I'm trying to stretch my days as much as possible, even though I've been waking up late. Thank you from M. You're welcome. Fly is in NASA ETF also. Nice. A home advantage thumbs up. Yeah. So yeah, so I'll probably do that now. So I'll get on a live stream tomorrow night. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow night. So definitely see you tomorrow night. I'm gonna see what I'll do tomorrow. I gotta take care of these clothes that I'm gonna throw away, and stuff, and give away some. Some of them are like almost new. But yeah, guys, don't forget, man, don't forget, guys, to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. If you guys are new to the channel, and yeah, that is it pretty much for me. So, like I always say, guys, I hope you enjoy this one, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.